Hello, good morning and welcome to the Competitive Edges Daily Current Affairs series. Today is 14th August 2026 morning. We are here to help aspirants of civil services, APPSC Group 1 and 2, UPSC, SSC, RRB, Bank PO exams, Police SI and Constables, Junior and Degree College lecturers. Let's dive straight into the news. Moving on to news related to national. Maharashtra demanded a pre-feasibility report before considering talks with Telangana regarding the Tumidihatti barrage project. Maharashtra has asked for a detailed pre-feasibility report. The project involves interstate water sharing discussions between Telangana and Maharashtra. Fraudsters are misusing documents of unsuspecting individuals to secure goods and services tax registrations and claim input tax credit. Documents like Aadhaar, PAN, and bank details are exploited. Victims are paid amounts ranging between 10,000 rupees and 20,000 rupees for their identity documents. The fraud is primarily aimed at claiming fraudulent input tax credit. Forest Department sources revealed widespread illegal electricity connections used for wildlife hunting in the Kaval Tiger Circle. At least 79 villages in the Kaval Tiger Circle area were involved. Illegal electric wire snares were used for hunting wildlife between 2019 and 2024. Most power connections in the Tiger Corridor areas were found to be illegal. Static GK, Kaval Tiger Reserve is located in the northern region of Telangana. Southern Power Distribution Company of Telangana Limited recorded a sharp rise in power consumption driven by El Niño conditions. Power consumption reached 207.30 million units on the peak day. Consumption on the corresponding day last year was 147.12 million units. Recorded an increase of 60.18 million units in a single day. The Chief Minister of Telangana promised corrective action and denotification of properties wrongly placed on the Section 22 a banned list. Properties wrongly placed on the banned list will be reviewed. Assurance given for the denotification of genuine private properties. Constitutional references, Section 22 of the Registration Act, 1908. The Bar Council of India withdrew its decision regarding freezing the enrollment of graduates from the National Academy of Legal Studies and Research. The initial move by the Bar Council of India faced strong criticism from advocates. The controversy involved student expression of disagreement and professional entry rights. Static GK, National Academy of Legal Studies and Research, is a premier law university located in Hyderabad, Telangana. The government of Telangana launched a scheme to distribute sewing machines under a complete subsidy to backward classes women. Application window, 15th August to 15th September. Value of each sewing machine, 12,000 rupees. Provided under 100% subsidy with no financial burden on beneficiaries. Experts at a workshop emphasized the urgent need to integrate organ donation into public conversations to bridge the demand-supply gap. Highlighted a significant gap between demand for organ transplants and donor availability. Emphasized the coordinating role of national and state transplant organizations. Event organized at Nizam's Institute of Medical Sciences, Hyderabad. Static GK, Nizam's Institute of Medical Sciences, is a premier medical university and hospital located in Hyderabad, Telangana. Eligible voters whose names are missing from the draft rolls are given a fresh opportunity to include their names. The crucial phase spans a duration of 2 months. Focused on the inclusion of missing eligible voters in the draft electoral rolls. The Bar Council of India modified its decision after social media backlash to permit 2026 graduates of Nalsar University of Law to enroll as advocates. Background: Nalsar University of Law is a premier legal institution located in Hyderabad, Telangana. Bar Council of India modified its earlier restrictive order. Beneficiaries, 2026 graduates of NHALSAR, Nalsar, University of Law. State Bar Councils permitted to proceed with enrollments. Static GK, Nalsar University of Law is located in Hyderabad, Telangana. A formal appeal has been made to the Prime Minister urging appropriate constitutional amendments for a permanent freeze on Lok Sabha strength. Demands permanent freeze on Lok Sabha seat strength. Calls for specific constitutional amendments. Constitutional references relates to provisions governing parliamentary constituencies and delimitation. Former University of Hyderabad Professor Dr. Gautam R. Desiraju has won the prestigious 14th Evolved Prize for Crystal Engineering. Award received, 14th Evolved Prize. Recipient Dr. Gautam R. Desiraju, former professor, University of Hyderabad. Contribution, pioneering work in crystal engineering and molecular interactions. Static GK, the Evolved Prize is awarded by the International Union of Crystallography triennially. India's trade deficit widened to $31.98 billion United States dollars, reaching a 6-month high. Total trade deficit recorded was $31.98 billion United States dollars. Petroleum products exports increased by 67.64% to $6.92 billion United States dollars. Electronic goods exports increased by 57.40% to $5.92 billion United States dollars. Engineering goods exports increased by 17.71% to $12.24 billion United States dollars. A parliamentary panel proposed linking private hospital room tariffs in metropolitan cities to nearby 3-star hotel rates. The proposal links metro private hospital room tariffs to 3-star hotel rates. Doctors raised concerns regarding the neglect of clinical infrastructure costs. The debate centers on healthcare affordability versus the economics of clinical care delivery. India experienced a significant export surge of 19.6% in July, pushing the trade deficit to a 6-month high. Export growth in July was 19.6%. This growth rate was the highest recorded since June 2022. Shipments had risen by 30.12% in June 2022. The National Highways Authority of India issued strict policy guidelines mandating rapid emergency response times for highway accidents. Ambulances must arrive at accident scenes within 10 minutes from ticket acceptance on the NHAI Care application. Victims must be brought to the nearest hospital within 1 hour. A penalty of Rs 10,000 is levied for delays. For locations beyond 10 kilometers, time is proportionally increased and verified via GPS data. Static GK, the National Highways Authority of India functions under the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. The Supreme Court of India pushed authorities to formulate clear and comprehensive ethical guidelines for artificial intelligence. The Supreme Court bench emphasized that artificial intelligence regulation falls within the policy domain. The court acknowledged that artificial intelligence is a highly technical issue requiring expert intervention. Constitutional references. Article 141 of the Constitution of India mandates that the law declared by the Supreme Court is binding on all courts within India. The Baflimali bauxite mine of Hindalco Industries Limited has become India's first bauxite mine to receive the Aluminium Stewardship Initiative (ASI) Performance Standard Certification. Background: the Aluminium Stewardship Initiative is a global, multi-stakeholder standards setting and certification organization for the aluminium value chain. Baflimali bauxite mine is operated by Hindalco Industries Limited. It is located in the Odisha state of India. This is India's first bauxite mine to secure ASI certification. With this addition, Hindalco now has 11 ASI certified operations across its value chain. Static GK, Hindalco Industries Limited is the metals flagship company of the Aditya Birla Group, headquartered in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Moving on to news related to international. A United Nations sanctions panel report stated that the Al-Qaeda offshoot is behind the Red Fort terror attack and has evolved into a regional terror entity. Identified entity, Al-Qaeda in the Indian subcontinent. Noted by the United Nations Sanctions Monitoring Panel. Highlighted evolution into a regional terrorist organization. President Vladimir Putin emphasized the utilization of the Northern Sea route during discussions on Arctic cooperation with India and other nations. Russia engaged in productive talks with India and other nations regarding Arctic cooperation. Discussions focused significantly on the Northern Sea route. Talks addressed rising geopolitical tensions in both the Arctic and the Asia-Pacific regions. Static GK, the Arctic Council, is the leading intergovernmental forum promoting cooperation in the Arctic. A United Nations Security Council report officially attributed the Red Fort attack to Al-Qaeda in the Indian subcontinent. Background: Al-Qaeda in the Indian subcontinent has been evolving from a fragmented group into a structured regional terrorist entity. The UNSC report was published on a Monday. The attack on the Red Fort was officially attributed to AQIS. AQIS is noted for evolving into a regional terrorist entity. Static GK, the United Nations Security Council headquarters, is located in New York, USA. India remains in regular contact with the United States to negotiate a bilateral trade agreement following shifts in the US tariff landscape. Contours of the first phase of the bilateral trade agreement were finalized in February. The US imposed an additional 10% duty on Indian goods under a Section 301 probe. The probe relates to alleged forced labor concerns. Static GK, Section 301 is a provision of the United States Trade Act of 1974 used to enforce US trade agreements. Russian President Vladimir Putin visited the Japan-claimed Pacific Islands, prompting an official diplomatic protest from Tokyo. Background: the Kuril Islands have been a long-standing territorial dispute between Russia and Japan since the end of World War II. The visited territory involves the Kuril Islands in the Pacific Ocean. Tokyo registered a formal diplomatic protest against the visit. Moscow has continuously beefed up its military presence on the islands. Static GK, the Kuril Islands dispute involves the four southernmost islands claimed by Japan, known in Japan as the Northern Territories. Iran asserted full control over the strategic Strait of Hormuz following contradictory claims made by United States leadership. Iran stated that the Strait of Hormuz is under its direct control. The declaration followed US President Donald Trump's claim of total US control over the waterway on Truth Social. Static GK, the Strait of Hormuz is a vital choke point connecting the Persian Gulf with the Gulf of Oman, carrying a significant portion of the world's petroleum. Moving on to news related to state, Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh authorities announced that Veligonda project waters will reach Nallamala Sagar by the end of August. Target date for releasing water into Nallamala Sagar is August end. Completing the first phase of the project is the top priority of the state government. Review meeting held at the Markapuram Collectorate. The Election Commission of India reviewed the progress of SIR 2026 with district officials at the Tirupati Collectorate. Reviewed by election authorities at the Tirupati Collectorate. Targeted clearance of pending applications within stipulated timelines. Involves district election officers and electoral registration officers. Social Welfare Minister Shri Bala Veeranjanayaswamy launched the new official website for welfare schemes at Tadipalli. Launched by Social Welfare Minister Shri Bala Veeranjanayaswamy. Location of launch: Scheduled Caste Corporation State Office in Tadipalli. Aimed at streamlining the delivery of welfare schemes. 14 deep tech startups have been chosen for specialized training programs at T-Hub to scale up operations. Total number of startups selected, 14. Focus area: deep tech innovations. Objective: unlock capital, markets, intellectual property, talent, and global opportunities. Static GKT Hub is located in Hyderabad, Telangana, serving as a major startup incubator. The Chief Electoral Officer announced special campaign dates for voter roll verification and young voter enrollment across Andhra Pradesh. Special campaign dates: 22nd August 2023, 29 and 30. Special focus on enrolling young voters aged 18 and 19 years. Enrollment camps to be conducted in educational institutions across Andhra Pradesh. A group of ministers reviewed proposed models for a new retail excise policy based on stakeholder feedback. Body involved: group of ministers. Subject: proposed models for the new retail excise policy in Andhra Pradesh. Incorporate stakeholder feedback gathered by excise authorities. Authorities announced that the Machilipatnam port will become fully operational with 4 berths by March 2027. Target operational deadline: March 2027. Total operational berths planned: 4. Location: Machilipatnam, Andhra Pradesh. A special investigation team probe into the 2018 Andhra Pradesh Public Service Commission Group I recruitment examination has revealed administrative irregularities and procedural lapses. Background: the notification for recruitment to 169 Group I posts was issued by the Andhra Pradesh Public Service Commission in the year 2018. The recruitment notification pertained to 169 Group I posts. It attracted more than 1.14 lakh applications from aspirants. A special investigation team was constituted to probe the alleged irregularities in the examination process. The examination was conducted by the Andhra Pradesh Public Service Commission, headquartered in Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. Constitutional references: Article 315 to 323 of the Constitution of India provides for the establishment of Public Service Commission, as for the Union and for each state. This is all for now. Let us meet again in the next session of Current Affairs. Until then, test your knowledge by attempting quizzes. If our resources are useful to you and think may benefit your friends, well-wishers and neighborhood, share the links to them. And finally, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you won't miss latest updates. Also coming soon on our channel, General Studies series, Arithmetic and Mental Ability series, and Verbal and Non-Verbal Reasoning. Stay tuned.